In a campground-like setting,
He told me to do it.
a group of boys recovers from prescription drug abuse.
First time I tried a prescription drug, I got hurt at football or practice, and I remember getting my little bottle of Vicodin, and I brought it to my room.
17-year-old Alex is a patient here at Ryther Child Center.
I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, it's prescribed to me, so what can go wrong, you know?
He didn't throw out his unused pills. He took them, crushed them, experimented.
I got heard from kids what you can do with them, and I thought it was cool snorting up a pill, and then I started liking opiates.
How easy is it, or how hard is it for a young person to get a hold of prescription drugs?
Either getting in the medicine cabinet, or you can just talk to a person that looks like they use drugs. Drugs are everywhere.
But painkillers, prescription opiates, cost $60 to $80 a pill on the street. When Alex got hooked, he says he switched to a cheaper form of opium.
I was just chasing the high every day. But at the same time, you think, oh my God, I'm doing heroin,
A lot of kids get addicted, but it's extremely expensive. So they go to heroin because it's much cheaper.
John Gahagan's son was one of those kids. Gahagan says his son went into treatment, stayed clean for months, even graduated from high school.
The last night he was alive, he was texting all sorts of people. He needed something to satisfy the cravings.
He found illegal drugs. The next morning,
My wife went downstairs, went into his bedroom. He was sitting on the edge of his bed with his head in his hands. She went in and shook him, and he rolled over, and he was dead, and apparently had been dead for several hours.
Take your time. Don't rush yourself.
it's a fate these teens at Ryther are trying to avoid by learning new ways to cope.
Freeze!
What have you done?
They play a game that leaves them frustrated,
Oh, you lost contact with that, dude.
but more importantly,
All right, you gotta catch this,
it
bro.
teaches them how to work through problems
You can't slide. You gotta hop. There you go.
with patience and help and without drugs. Erin Lynch is program director here.
You're going to get through this. Things are difficult, but that you have the skills to make these changes.
Gahagan now works for the SAMA Foundation, the Science and Management of Addiction.
At some point, you have to move forward and accomplish the things in life that your child will not be able to accomplish.
He warns other kids about the dangers of prescription drugs. And as Alex struggles against his own addiction, he warns.
If you're an addict, you're an addict for the rest of your life. It's a disease you can treat, but you can't cure it.
So what would you tell that kid right now who's looking in the medicine cabinet, or whose friend says, hey, try one of these?
If you really want to mess up your life, that's the pill to take.
Heather Bosch, News Talk 97.3 Cairo FM. 7.3